Hello, young scholars. I'm Jonathan Hurley, and I am so excited to begin learning about New York State with you today. Now, go ahead and open up your textbooks to
Hi,
page.
everyone.
Oh, it's the Sedita Dragon. Hi. What are you doing? I was just about to start class.
I know that you were just about to begin reading about New York, but Mr. Hurley, our state is so much bigger than just a textbook. There's so much to explore, places to see, history to witness. You need to get out of the classroom and see it all for yourself.
I'm not so sure about that. I like it here in my classroom. Besides, how big can New York State really be?
Trust me, Mr. Hurley. New York is much bigger than you think. Give me one chance to show you what I mean.
Okay, I suppose we'll give it a try. Tell me, where should I explore first?
Rather than tell you, let's see if you can figure it out for yourself. Look in that textbook of yours. I left you a clue.
Oh, really? Let me just check. Oh. It's a riddle. I love riddles. Okay. New York stretches far and wide, with many landforms on either side. Explore the peaks that, shaped by ice, reach through the clouds towards greater heights.
Can you predict where you'll be exploring?
Well, I see the word peaks, heights. Wait a second. Am I going to be exploring a mountain?
Yes, that's right. Mr. Hurley, I am sending you to the Adirondack Mountains in upstate New York. Specifically, your journey will take you to the peak, or very top, of Whiteface Mountain.
Wait a second. My computer says that the Adirondack Mountains are over 350 miles away.
I told you, Mr. Hurley, New York State is much bigger than you think.
You're right. I suppose I better get started. And you said I have to go to the peak of Whiteface Mountain?
That's right, the very top.
Okay. I guess I'll go. Can you watch my class while I'm away?
Of course, Mr. Hurley. Don't worry, we'll be fine.
Thank you. Okay, I will be back. Students, I'm gonna go explore. I guess? Explore? Okay. Bye.
Well, now that he's gone, let's talk. Remember the riddle Mr. Hurley read? Did you notice the word landforms? Landforms are different shapes or types of land. Examples of landforms can include mountains, rivers, valleys, lakes, and plateaus. The landforms I'm sending Mr. Hurley to explore are in the Adirondack Mountains. Here are the beautiful Adirondacks. Can you observe the high peaks, the low valleys, and the rivers and lakes that run through them? All of these landforms stretch out across almost 25,000 square kilometers, or almost 1/5 of the New York State's area. But where do these landforms come from? To answer that question, we need to look back tens of thousands of years to periods of extreme cold we call the Ice Ages. During the Ice Ages, the place we call New York looked very different. It was so cold that glaciers, or huge, slow-moving sheets of ice, covered most of the land in what's now New York State. Glaciers move very slowly, but over time, as the glaciers moved, their ice crushed and shaped the land around it, creating landforms like the Adirondack Mountains. These processes are called erosion and weathering, and you will learn more about these in science class. The most recent ice age was about 10,000 years ago. After this last ice age, temperatures got warmer and glaciers melted. Water began to fill the holes and trenches left behind by these glaciers, creating many of the lakes and rivers in New York State today. Now that you know all about landforms, let's check in with Mr. Hurley. He's driving to one of the highest mountains in the Adirondacks, Whiteface Mountain. The mountain's peak extends 4,867 feet, or 1,482 meters, into the sky. We can see Mr. Hurley driving up the mountain now. Now, on the way up the mountain, he can see magnificent views of the Adirondacks. But as he climbs even higher, something interesting happens. Observe.
Oh.
Did you see that? Whiteface Mountain's peak is so high that it extends up into the clouds. Mr. Hurley won't be able to drive all the way up to the very top. He'll have to walk the rest of the way. Mr. Hurley, great to see you back. How was your journey?
It was fantastic. You were right. New York State is so much more than just a textbook. I explored so many landforms in the Adirondacks, not just mountains, but rivers, lakes, valleys. I had no idea that parts of New York State actually touched the clouds.
Yes, indeedy.
And you know what? The Adirondacks were not the only landforms that I explored on my journey. There are so many landforms across New York State, like the Allegheny Plateau, the Finger Lakes, the Mohawk River. I wanted to stop and explore them all.
Don't worry, Mr. Hurley. You still can. Stick with me, and together we'll explore every corner of New York State.
You promise? Oh my gosh, I am so excited, Sadida Dragon. Thank you for coming to class today. But now, let's review. Landforms are different shapes or types of land.
Many of the landforms in New York State were formed over thousands of years by slow-moving glaciers.
The Adirondacks are a vast range of mountains, lakes, rivers, and valleys that cover almost 1/5 of New York State's area. If you liked this video, or you learned something, feel free to come back for our next adventure. The Sadida Dragon and I are far from finished. And remember, no matter how far you've come, or how much you've learned, there is always more to explore. See you next time!
Bye, everyone!
Let's go!